I will tell you this, brother.
What?
You know, I will tell you this. You raise your voice, I raise your voice.
If I raise my voice,
If
you'll
you
erase my...
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious? You said if I raise...
God, that's so fucking cringe. You know he was practicing this in this goddamn Mexican ICE agent. If I point the deporting stick outwards, then it doesn't turn towards me, ass. I'm one of the good ones, ass. Looking in the mirror with his thumbs hooked in his belt loops. I was about to belt out quite an accent there. I don't know if now is the time for my Speedy Gonzalez impression. If you Jesus Christ.
My voice,
Senor.
You'll erase my voice?
And he's like defending it indignantly, him like practicing it in front of the mirror. Oh my God.
I will tell you this, brother.
What?
You know, I will tell you this. You raise your voice,
Dude, it's not racism, okay? I grew up in LA. Mexican influence in America, all right? It's like, you're ICE, dog. What are you doing? Jesus Christ. Oh my God. It's so embarrassing. What, like, do you not recognize the fucking incongruence here, or the innate absurdity of you like tackling a white guy in Minnesota and going, listen, Holmes, and then I'm just, it's you. Why are you contributing to this? If you raise your voice, I'm going to erase your voice. I'm sorry. I'm too like locked in on the like racial comedy to like care about him saying he'll like kill you if you yell at him, basically. Oh my God. Right-wing Black and Latin people are so embarrassing. I don't think there are enough right-wing Latin people that I don't think it's really come home to roost, but I know that, like, for the most part, right-wing African Americans are, like, fucking disavowed by their family, you know? Like, they're miserable. I really hope we get that future for these people, too, you know? Like, the ICE gets disbanded, they don't get their $50,000 extra bonus in 2031 or whatever the fuck. They go back home, and everyone in the neighborhood has heard that you worked for ICE, and they're all death glaring you. Why are there so many right-wing Hispanics? They're pygmies. They are the descendants of Mexicans who immigrated here, legally or otherwise, who think that illegal immigrants make them look bad. They're basically, their bet is like, people treat me worse because the illegal immigrants exist. So if I contribute to the deportation of those guys, I'll like be one of the good ones, basically. Come now, minorities are fully capable of being evil. We need to move past that they're all pygmies talking point. Whoa, 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 whoa. The fact that they're pygmies does not make them even a little bit less evil. Every ICE agent is operating out of some like matrix of evil, self-interest, whatever else. Like all of these like easily on the same level, if anything more, because like you've had all of these neighborhood opportunities for empathy that you never developed. Saw somebody doing an incredible bit describing this. Oh, yeah. The second Trump administration can be roughly described as a coalition of non-whites and barely whites, Italians, etc., perpetuating race war against heritage Americans, liberal Anglos and Germans. Dude, it sounds like a joke, but it's literally true. It's like a broad multinational coalition of people browner than me who want to get rid of Anglo liberal white women living in New England. That is the hardest line right there. Because if you go to like fucking Vermont or Massachusetts or whatever, like this is like the actual heart of heritage Americans racially. If you want to go to any community in America that it could trace the ethnicity of their family back to the fucking, Mayflower or whatever, There was a study on the subject done in Sweden that focused on ultra-nationalist first-generation Middle Eastern/Persian immigrants who are deeply anti. Yeah. It's like this all over the world. You know, some of the most aggressive anti-immigration people in Germany are Turks. They're like first or second generation Turkish expats who are militantly pro-Erdogan, even though Erdogan has made Turkey too shitty for them to want to live in. It's like this with everyone. It's everyone, you know? Like some of the most reactionary capitalist realist people in America are super poor, right? Like you have that weird like reverse bell curve where on the low end of the economic and educational and IQ spectrum, you've fucking people in Appalachia who are like, no, government shouldn't give you shit. You should work for what you deserve. Meanwhile, the guy works 12-hour days and lives in a rundown shack. And then you get the education, you have like a middle income, you start making six figures and you're like, no, we need a socialist utopia. Like I personally will lead the vanguard, you know? You get Will Stancil types, right? Kommissar Stancil, beating out the Einsatzgruppenführer, Greg Sidar, and Greg Bavino, sorry. And then like on the far side, of course, you have the wealthy people, right? Who are evil, very evil. I agree with you, but you're flirting with the line. Flirting with what line? Are you behind on stream? Were you reacting to my A Holmes bit? Was that what am I towing the line on right now? So you're saying if everyone was Aryan, we wouldn't have any problems? No, what I'm saying, I guess, is that reactionary sentiment is portioned in society based on a wide range of social factors, and that however it is allocated, it's a lot more unintuitive than people think. Even if you had a perfect, like, all-white, all-Aryan, whatever society, you would then, like, those people, the, like, revanchists and the reactionaries, would start killing each other over eye color or hair color. You know? I know Vasha was joking. Just look at South Korea. Dude, unironically, like right-wing Japanese are really, really concerned about Korean and Chinese influence in Japan. Now, to an American, right, we might not recognize the great ethnic divide between Chinese, Korean, and Japanese people because they're all East Asian. Like we know, oh, well, the characters look different or whatever, but it's not like a big deal to us. You know, they're all just Asian. To Japanese right-wingers, I promise you, the difference is very, very, very important. You know, Koreans, likewise, Chinese have their own, you know, they do intra-Han, dude, the Nazis killed Slavs. They mass slaughtered blonde-haired, blue-eyed Polish Slavs who looked indistinguishable from the Germans. It's always stupid. It's always been stupid. I just think it's funny that right now the line is set such that you have people named Isabella Maria de Luca who are celebrating, like, yeah, heritage Americans who great something parents came in on the Mayflower, you know, like as if De Luca over here wouldn't have been slumming it up in you know, the Queens with black people circa 1923, right? Racism is profoundly stupid. That is true.
Why are you asking me for my paperwork?
Because of your accent.
I still? You have an accent too.
Where were you born, sir?
Where were you born at?
Put your hands behind your back.
Ramon Monero was detained by U.S. Border Patrol agents outside his home in a Minneapolis suburb after an agent questioned whether he was a citizen because of his accent.
I'm from this.
Hey, you're Mexican. You're Mexican. You're under arrest.
Country.
You know what, sir? Now, talking to you, hearing that you have an accent, I have reason to believe that you are not born of this
So
country.
you just raised an accent?
What country are you from?
According to Monero, agents took a photo of him and searched a system that indicated he's been a U.S. citizen since 2019. They also checked his U.S. passport card, which he keeps in his wallet, before letting him go. Monero, who was born in Mexico and obtained a U.S. passport in 2021, was detained in front of his 5-year-old daughter.
Well, she was shaking when I got in the home, and she's like, "Are you okay? That we're gonna take you? I don't want to lose you." And I'm like, "You're not gonna lose me." even though I'm a citizen, still feel afraid because they don't care if you're a citizen or not.
This is why ICE deployment failed in Los Angeles, but they were willing to commit to it in Minnesota. It's because they didn't want to have any more of these embarrassing Spider-Man pointing at Spider-Man moments, you know? We have to send ICE over to the least Mexican state in the union. It's the only it's the only way.
And especially because I know I have a really strong accent speaking English, I know I can be a target because that's who are they targeting just because our appearance and because of our accent.
CNN has contacted the Department of Homeland Security for comment on the incident.
I'm sorry, it really is awful. It's just, I don't know. Laugh or cry. I guess if my country needed to be torn apart by racist thugs, I would rather it be funny than not funny. Like, if that was a choice that I could make, I would toggle the switch, you know. Don't you think it would be a lot more unfunny if all the ICE agents were like 6'3", blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Giga Chad, Aryan super soldiers who exclusively brutalized black and brown people? There wouldn't be any joke there. Like, that'd be completely unfunny. They wish? Yeah, they do. Oh, yeah. What was that? Fuck. Was it the Mr. Obvious account? That foreigner, that like Filipino who posts like he's white? No, he was like, I'm half Filipino, half Spanish. I have the blood of conquerors in my running through my genes. The stars call to me. I don't know, nothing. There's just a lot of Latin pygmies. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.